the struggle. They wanted to be behind whatever was happening then. So that you have Marx's famous support for the Irish, for example. You have the support that Marx and Engels gave to the Union in the American Civil War, even though they did not instantly come to that position. I mean, there are a lot of footnotes in this material, which, you know, I'm just not going to get into. I mean, this is just not the kind of situation where you go into all this detail, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could look up how Marx and Engels came to their position of support for the Union. But, I mean, there is an obvious problem with all of this. I mean, and with every idea, you know, that, the struggle for the 5-cent raise or the $5 raise, or I mean, the struggle for this or the struggle for that. And I mean, eventually it will become, I want to talk about this at some length, but eventually the proletariat will be abandoned as the revolutionary protagonist. And the revolutionary protagonist will become, it was first called the peoples of the East, and then the Third World. And you come to this idea that Europe is the bourgeoisie and Asia is the proletariat by 1920. I mean, I'll get back to that, but that was pretty much stated explicitly at the Comintern Congress of 1920 by the Indian communist Roy. And then, in addition to that, well, it keeps on going, and so finally you come to the black separatism of RAM. Perhaps nobody in this room has heard of RAM, but for me it's a very significant organization, just sort of in putting a certain notch on the political spectrum. These were a group of students, I guess, who crystallized in Philadelphia and offered a black separatist Marxism. They were in contact very much with Malcolm X, but also with Robert F. Williams in China. I happen to have just this one little personal sort of awareness of it, because I was in Workers' World Party in the 1960s, and I do remember Sam Marcy making a trip to Philadelphia, presumably to talk to them. Or that was the rumor that I heard, but I never heard what came of it. In Workers'